Imagine stepping into a world where a lavish wedding, hosted at one of Hanno's most luxurious five-star hotels, becomes the ultimate stage for deception. A tale so twisted that it leaves you questioning everything you thought you knew about trust and glamour. In late 2000, under shimmering lights that painted every surface with an almost unreal brilliance, a bride appeared in a fairy tale gown, gracefully gliding down an aisle that, to the onlookers, promised the beginning of a blissful love story. But beneath this picture-perfect exterior lay a secret so carefully constructed that it would soon captivate an entire nation. At first glance, the wedding was a masterpiece of luxury. Every detail, from the pristine white bouquet to the enchanting music, was designed to create an atmosphere of elegance and wonder. Yet, as whispers began circulating in media and on social networks, it emerged that appearances could be deceiving. Over 300 individuals, meticulously hired to play the roles of relatives and family friends, populated the guest list. This wasn't a spontaneous celebration of love. It was a meticulously orchestrated con that would set off a chain of events, leaving many stunned and betrayed. In the heart of this elaborate scheme was a woman known as Tina Dang, whose charisma and seemingly impeccable taste quickly won over everyone, including Annalene N. Lee, a renowned professional in the high-end beauty industry. Together with her husband, Nguyen Tran, Annalene had built a thriving chain of beauty clinics that catered to elite clientele and top celebrities. Her online presence and reputation as a successful entrepreneur only amplified her credibility. So, when Tina entered the picture, dressed in luxurious designer outfits, carrying an extravagant handbag, and exuding a sophisticated aura, nobody questioned her authenticity at first. Tina's generosity was legendary. At her very first visit to one of Annalene's clinics, she astonished everyone by tipping an amount 5 times the service cost. Such an act of lavishness immediately endeared her to the staff, laying the groundwork for what seemed like a promising relationship. Over time, Tina transitioned from a high-end client to a familiar, almost beloved figure at the clinic. She began sharing enthralling stories about her wealthy family's real estate ventures, which only further cemented her image as the epitome of a refined socialite. It wasn't long before her charm extended beyond mere transactions, as she subtly built a close rapport with Annalene's husband, setting the stage for a series of events that would shake the foundations of their family trust. While the opulent displays of wealth dazzled onlookers, there were small, seemingly inconsequential details that didn't quite add up. During a period when Annalene was on extended leave due to her pregnancy, Tina's routine visits continued unabated. At first, the occasional forgetfulness regarding her bank cards or cash was brushed off as harmless human error. However, as these incidents grew in frequency, a nagging doubt began to creep into Annalene's mind. Was it possible that the dazzling socialite was hiding something far more sinister behind her glamorous facade? The situation escalated when Tina started dating a relative, a cousin of Annalene's husband. Everything appeared to move with the smooth precision of a well-rehearsed play. The wedding of Tina and the cousin was announced as a grand celebration, with extravagant promises of a luxurious villa, a Rolls-Royce, and a meticulously planned event at the prestigious JW Marriott Hotel. The guest list was as impressive as it was suspicious. Over 300 impeccably dressed relatives from Tina's side, all of whom were later revealed to be actors in a grand charade. The day of the wedding unfolded with all the trappings of a perfect love story. Tina, resplendent in her regal wedding gown, walked down the aisle to heartfelt blessings, leaving everyone convinced that the doubts about her were nothing more than idle chatter. Yet, as the days passed and the wedding celebrations became distant memories, Annalene's sharp instincts refused to be silenced. Small anomalies began to emerge. The excuses for borrowing money, initially dismissed as minor oversights, started to seem less like innocent mishaps and more like calculated moves. Tina's requests, often amounting to several million Vietnamese dong at a time, began to form a pattern. Her financial demands were always accompanied by tokens of appreciation, small luxury gifts that made it easier for those around her to ignore the mounting irregularities. The facade was perfect, but the cracks were beginning to show. Driven by a deep-seated need to uncover the truth, Annalene launched a quiet investigation. What she discovered would shock not only her, but also her entire family. Every act of lavish generosity, every meticulously staged event, from the over-the-top wedding to the recurrent borrowing, was part of a grand, elaborate scam designed to exploit the trust of those closest to her. The sum total of the money involved was staggering, a collective loss of 17 billion Vietnamese dong, funneled through a network of deceit that spanned years. But the twists didn't stop there. As Annalene dug deeper, she uncovered evidence that painted Tina not as the sophisticated socialite she had always appeared to be, but as a master con artist who had fabricated every aspect of her persona. Tina's story unraveled to reveal that her opulent lifestyle was nothing more than a carefully constructed illusion. Every claim of wealth, every glamorous photo posted online was part of a sophisticated narrative designed to lure in victims. In reality, Tina was a woman who had grown up in poverty, whose family history was marked by hardship and struggle. Her tales of affluence were nothing more than elaborate fabrications aimed at infiltrating the upper echelons of society. For many, the story of Tina Dang was a cautionary tale, a lesson in the dangers of misplaced trust and the devastating impact of deception. Families that had once embraced her as one of their own now found themselves grappling with the emotional and financial fallout of her scams. Even as her carefully constructed house of cards began to collapse, Tina continued her schemes with a chilling audacity. In subsequent years, she orchestrated another hastily planned wedding and defrauded additional victims in a series of scams that left a trail of broken relationships and shattered dreams. What makes this case truly compelling is not just the staggering sums of money involved or the elaborate planning behind the cons, but the human element at its core. The betrayal felt by Annalene, the heartache of her family, and the ripple effects on countless others are a stark reminder of how easily trust can be exploited. It's a story that forces us to confront uncomfortable truths about the nature of deception and the vulnerabilities that lie within all of us. As you follow this riveting tale, ask yourself, how can someone so adept at manipulating emotions and constructing an illusion of wealth have deceived so many? What would you do if you found yourself caught in a web of lies spun by someone you once trusted? These questions, woven into the fabric of the narrative, are designed to keep you riveted until the very end. In the final act of this drama, justice began to take its course, albeit in a manner that left many feeling that true accountability had somehow been elusive. Despite overwhelming evidence and the heartfelt pleas of victims, legal measures fell short of delivering the closure everyone desperately sought. The repercussions of Tina's actions extended far beyond the loss of money. They left lasting scars, altered relationships, and ignited a nationwide debate on the need for stricter measures to combat such sophisticated scams. The case of Tina Dang is a stark reminder that in a world dazzled by glamour and the allure of quick riches, not everything that glitters is gold. It challenges us to remain vigilant, to question the authenticity behind every dazzling exterior, and to protect ourselves from those who would exploit our trust for personal gain. If you've ever found yourself wondering about the true cost of misplaced trust, or the lengths to which people will go to fabricate a life of luxury, this story is for you. It's a lesson in the art of deception, a narrative that underscores the importance of critical thinking, and a compelling call to action to safeguard our emotional and financial well-being. Stay curious, stay skeptical, and most importantly, stay informed. The tale of Tina Dang is more than just a scandal. It's a mirror reflecting the vulnerabilities that exist within us all. And as you ponder these revelations, remember to share your thoughts and experiences, because sometimes the most profound lessons come from the darkest of truths.